Hello. I'm going to share two things with you today. I'll put everything in the timestamp down below. Thank you to everyone who's been in touch, asking where I am and why I haven't been talking on videos. I am obviously talking today because I kind of have to do this. So this is some happy mail I got from my good friend Emily. This is a pack that she has available in her Etsy shop. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this. This is a fantastic selection of vintage and modern. There are some newer things in here, ephemera pieces. So we've got loads of, this little pack has got loads of little tickets in and labels and cards and little word cards, game pieces. There's some paint chips, so they're obviously a little bit more modern, some Monopoly, little ice cream spoons, so cute. So there are some absolutely amazing pieces in here. I've got this little box because I'm not going to try and put everything back in the packets once I've opened them. I will sort these into my little ephemera drawers and things. Some of them I might leave in packets. So we've got some, I think these are called milk. There's a casino thing as well, one of those, and some little milk things. We've got, what are these? Some more little vintage kind of labels. There are some tickets, some little pegs, little tiny puzzle pieces, Scrabble pieces. Oops. That's why I've got my little box out so I don't lose bits. Some tiny, adorable little labels. And these are cute. So in here, we've got some vintage slides and a few buttons in there. And this, oh, this is cool. This is, it's like the edge of photo film, so that's really cool. I like that. I'm going to put all of this away later. We have bottle top. That looks like a kind of badge clip, and some old coins, some little brads, some flower shaped ones, and some little pins. There's some pen nibs. They're really cute. And we've got, there's just so much to go through. Okay, so we've got some more, all different types of playing cards, some trim, and some old adverts. It's really cool things. Just going to slide those over onto my box. Like I said, I'm going to put all of this away when I'm done. So there are lots and lots of different pieces, Rolodex cards, coupons, vintage library cards, envelopes, divider cards, more Rolodex style cards, saving books with stamps, vintage note paper, little invoice sheets, I'm not quite sure, currency, some kind of currency banking document, a little map. There are just so many pieces. That's really cool, isn't it? That looks like it's from a cigar box. We've got a vintage photo card, a little note card here, which is for, oh, it's bridge scorecard. That's really cool. Some bags, some kind of tracing paper vellum, CD holder, book pages, large cards, a little glassine bag, really cool game piece there. Bingo cards, recipes, Yahtzee scorecard, receipts, flashcards. I mean, if you were starting out and you needed vintage ephemera, this is, oh, that Watchmaster. Chart paper, that's very cool. Bag, envelopes. If you were starting out and you needed, or you wanted all of a vintage collection in one go, then this is definitely what you're looking for. Doily, some wallpaper, some more flashcards, really cool. Some piano roll. Ledger, wow. And then we've got some bigger sheets of paper here. So a whole selection, graph paper, lined paper, ledger papers, book pages. I mean, this is, you'd get quite a few journals out of this paper, more vintage book pages, maps. And then we've got some longer pieces, again, cigarette kind of box pieces, adverts, some braille, amazing. I think there, you can safely say there is everything you would possibly need in here to make a journal. That is amazing. That's some kind of, oh, I'm not sure, some kind of tracking. And just like I said, everything you could possibly need. More wallpaper to put a journal together. So Emily, thank you so much for that amazing batch of pieces. I love it. So there's Emily's card. I'll pop a link down below to that particular selection. So the next thing I want to talk about is, if you're in my Facebook group, you will know that I shared a video from Dash of Dave, who is an absolutely amazing creator. What I love the most is he's using a lot of pieces and things that we all have, file folders, cardboard, stuff like that, that we can all kind of get on board with. And Dave made these amazing little boxes. He has a fictional character that he makes this stationery for called Margot. I had to fish through several videos to find the backstory for Margot, but it was really quite fascinating, and I love the concept of the creating things for a particular person. So he made these beautiful Denison boxes. Now Dave has an amazing scoreboard which allows you to make the base of a box and the lid of a box. So if you didn't have that particular scoreboard, you may have to, like me, kind of work out how to do it without. So I asked Dave if it was okay. So please go and check out Dave's video. I'll put his link down below, but I'm kind of going to show you a very quick box if you don't have that scoreboard. I'm not going to show you how to make the whole. Right, I'm going to use this buff kind of old-fashioned file folder. So I want a box that is, let's write this down. I want a box that is, I'm going to use inches because they're nice and straightforward, 3 by 3. I'm going to make a box that's 3 inches by 3 inches. So all you need to do first of all is decide what size, but actually let's do this for my label. No. 3 by 3. Okay, so what you need to do is add 1 inch onto each edge. So I'm going to make my pieces 4 by 4, and I'm going to have 2 pieces exactly the same size. So I'm going to cut those. So here we go. I've got 2 pieces of card. These are fairly thin and they are 4 by 4. You can use scrapbooking card, or you can follow Dave's and make those awesome, authentic looking Denison boxes. Now I'm going to show you what I did first of all. So I'm not going to show you how to make Dave's full boxes. I'm just going to link his video down below. So I take my first piece, and as usual, I'm going to score it in the usual way, pushed against the left hand edge, and just score all the way round at 1 inch. All the way round. And that is the first part. Oh, I didn't score that very well, did I? Right, let me try that again. Now, you don't want to score too hard, too heavily, in case it rips through your cardstock. So I'm going to fold that. Now I've scored a proper line all the way around. So that was a bit terrible. But we now have, this is what is going to be the bottom of our box. Now for the top piece, what I worked out is each one of these notches on your scoreboard is 1/8 of an inch. Now you need to bring your cardstock in 1/16 of an inch, half of that particular nodule. Now, if you want to, you can do what I did on this particular board. I took a Sharpie and I ran it all the way down my scoreboard, and it is approximately half of one of those notches. So what I do is when I line my cardstock up, instead of pushing it to the corner, I just bring it in to the edge of that line. And that gives me my guide for making my lid. I'm just going to bring the camera down. So I've got my line. I hope you can see that. And I'm just going to bring my lid to that line. So it's about halfway from the left. Let me try and explain this correctly. So basically this line is approximately half of one of those notches, and that's how far I want to bring it in. So you can still see a little bit of that black line. And then I'm going to score, as I did before, at 1 inch. Then I'm going to turn it, I'm going to line it up again halfway and score. So all I'm doing is lining up with my line. Now, if your line is bigger than half of one of those notches, I really hope this is clear enough to understand. If it's bigger than half of one of these notches, your lid is going to be too loose. You only want a very small amount off that score line. Okay, so if this first particular box wasn't a great score, but let me line those up. And can you see they are very slightly out? They do not line up. So I'm going to make this, fold this, score this. This is not the best card to use, actually. It doesn't crease very well. So what I'm going to quickly do is just cut these to Dave's specifications. Obviously, you can watch Dave's video to see how he does that. Boxes are cut. I'm now going to glue them together, and then we can see how the lid actually fits on. So I've made my pieces, and you can see that one is slightly smaller than that one, and it should fit on here perfectly. There we go, look at that, that's the bottom of the box. So you can see how little gap there is, but we've still got a little bit, you know, there's still a little bit of resistance there. So it's not too tight, but it's not too loose. And that is how you can make your box lid for your Dennis and Dave boxes if you don't have one of those all singing, all dancing scoreboards. So just try to bring it in half of one of those notches, and if you find that difficult, just use a fine pen to draw a line. But like I said, if your pen is slightly thicker, your lid might be a little bit too big. So there you go, nice lid on a box there. And I've made lots of Dave boxes now. I've just got to decorate mine. But I hope you found that useful if you didn't know how to make a lid for your box. And thanks again to Dave for the fabulous idea, and thank you to Emily for the lovely happy mail. I will be back this week. I'm not sure if I am now all talked out on my videos or whether I will talk in the next one. Sorry if I've spoken a little bit too fast, but I will be back soon. Take care. Thanks. Bye.